This is the walkthrough video for PCTC 24-25, round 2, question 5, expiring card. So in this case, we want to figure out how many days Justin has until his card expires. So we need to input the date, the month it expires, and also the current date. So the month expires, let's input that as expire, and we can convert that to an integer immediately because we don't really care about the leading 0. And then the next thing we want to input is the date. So we can input the date like that, but of course we also kind of want to extract the exact day and the exact month from the date. So we can kind of do that all at once. So let's do input.split, so we can split it on this, and that way we can extract both the day and the month. But we also want them to be integers, not strings. So let's also do that in the same line. So we can say int I for I in that. And this is just a nice way of kind of taking in the input and processing it all on one line. Awesome. Now we also need to keep track of how many days there are left, essentially, until the card expires, or how many days he can use it for. So let's just say total equals 0, which represents the amount of days he can use it for. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through every month from the next month up until the expiry month, and then add the amount of days in those months to total. So we can say for I in range, what's the current month? The current month is month, and what's the expiry month? The expiry month is expire. And the reason we're doing this without adding like a +1 is because when we figure out the month, the amount of days in the month, which we're going to do by copying and pasting that up there. So days in month is going to be equal to that, which is very convenient for us. Well, this is indexing from 0. Like this is 0. So January is 0, February is 1, and so on. Whereas in our inputs, January is 1 and February is 2, and so on. And so actually, we've kind of already automatically added 1 to month and added 1 to expire, which is what we want, because we want to start from the next month. So we want to add 1 to month, which is done for us. And we also want to ensure that we stop at expire, not before it. So we need to, just add 1 to expire because that's how Python works. But of course, as we just said, that's already done for us because the list is 0 indexed, whereas the inputs are not 0 indexed. Okay, so for I in range month to expire, we can extract the amount of days in that month, which is going to be days in month I, and add that to total. And so at this point, total will represent the amount of days left of full months until our card expires. But we also need to consider how many days are left of the current month. So how many days are in the current month to begin with? Well, that's going to be days in month, month minus 1. Because now we want to refer to the current month. So we take the current month and we minus 1 to ensure that it's 0 indexed to pick the right element from the list. So that's the total amount of days in the current month, minus the amount of days we've already had, which is just going to be day from our input, because that's today. So this is going to be the amount of days left of the current month, which we also need to add to total. But if you look closely, it says we want to know how many days he has left, including today. So we also need to add 1, because this only represents the amount of days from now until the end of the month, as opposed to all of the days including today. So it's not inclusive. So to make it inclusive, let's just add 1 to total all the way up here, just because it's easier. I mean, you can also just add 1 there or add 1 wherever you want. We're just going to add it right at the beginning. So at this point, total should be the final answer. Awesome.